Hello. So we're gonna be just doing some paint today. I don't have much of a will. I mean, it actually takes a lot more setup to get this going than it does normal stuff. But I swear I had my... So we're gonna be painting Jarlaxle. I know I'm shaking that a lot. Give me 1 second. You're fine, buddy. Lay down. I think my dog might have swiped my paper towel. Because I brought one over here and it's definitely not here, which is weird. Dang. Maybe I need to swap my camera. Have this one be the camera for the mini. And just not have one on me, maybe. Or have it, like, up or something. I don't know. Still playing with the idea of doing this more regularly, but... so this is our miniature. We're going to be doing some... Jarlaxle. So we can focus. Oh, and we want the zoom to be in further. We want the zoom right there. Focus. There we go. So you can see he's got some imperfections on his face. I had to trim those up. Now it should be noted that I already started this a little bit. If I can drop that into range, you can see he's supposed to have like an eye patch, but you can see there's like a line across his face there that we're just gonna have to be okay with, honestly. I don't really know what it is, if I'm being quite honest. Even looking at this here, it looks like it could be like a string or a piece of hair that got in there when I was priming it, but I don't think I was that careless. So in fact, you know what, let's see if we can't, using this as a sight point, I've got a let's see if we can't get this thing off here. All right, that's where we want to be. Because if it's a... I don't want to mess up his eyes too much. Did we get it off of there? Not really. Yeah, this is kind of a pain in the butt. Maybe Jarlaxle isn't the best one to paint today. Well, I've already got the stream name up. Let's use the... Yeah, it's super weird. I don't know. But the other side looks fine. We'll just kind of... just ignore the eye, I guess. Maybe when I get some lighter paint over it, it'll be more obvious what that's supposed to be. Maybe I'm messing it up super bad. But either way, there are a couple steps of painting a mini, if you didn't already know it. And actually, I'm going to change the station here to, like, epic or something. Something, yeah, there we go. Something we can have in the background that's a little more on theme. But yeah, so we got our paints, we got everything out here. I'm actually excited to do this, but as you can see, I've already gotten him primed up black. I like to do black just because it makes it easier to tell when you've missed spots, because as you can see, even underneath there was a little bit right there that didn't get primed that's coming through right there. That's the color of the original model, which is like a whitish gray. Or light gray. But I'm actually going to go ahead and pull up a browser source of what we're going to be painting. We're going to look at images. There is this one and some other ones. So the one that is, I'm going to see if I can find some better pictures of this because it doesn't show it super well on the box, but I'm not terribly worried if that's the one we end up using because it's still a good reference point. And I think that's what we're going to end up doing, which is totally fine. I mean, it's like I said, it's still a good picture. Still gives us the you know, the picture we need. Save image, Jarlaxle. JPEG, and then we're going to add ourselves over here. Nice little image that you guys can see. Add a new one. This will be under downloads, I believe. Open. There we go. Transition that over. So that's kind of what we're working with. I'm going to take this off so it doesn't matter. But you can see that we are, we're working with some interesting colors. Like I said, oh, that is supposed to be there. Oh, I'm a dum-dum. It goes right over his eyes. You can see that. There is it's like his eyebrow or something. So I guess we were the ones that were dumb. So sometimes it's just hard to tell. But it looks like inside of that bag, we've got some gold, some other fun stuff to mess with. As you can see, I can't keep the auto balance on because I don't have quite good enough, what's it called? I don't have quite good enough light because I would need a light like directly on him to be able to do that. So I have to keep it set at a certain distance, and then we'll try and just keep it there as we paint. Also, those swords are super not sharp. So I think I'm actually going to trim that up here real quick. That may also be, once again, it's very possible that I got a little happy with the there we go. That'll be better. There we go. I got a little happy with the primer. It looks like it's a little thick on there because it probably shouldn't also be through there, but it's also possible that this model's just a little iffy off. Yeah, that's definitely solid. So I'm excited to do this, though. We haven't painted on stream in a long time, honestly. And it's kind of where I started. My first few streams were actually paint streams. If you didn't know that, 2 years ago were paint streams. So let's get started. We've got the color that we did for his pants is this one. It's a Citadel paint called Zeria's Purple. And it's just a really good one, and it's a nice base. So like I said, the steps are the following. You want to clean up the model, which is something I apparently did not do early on. And then you want to prime it, and then you want to give it base coats. So we've got the purple done, it looks like, and then we just need to, well, I think actually parts of his shirt up here need to be done. So we're not quite done with the purple, so we'll go ahead and shake this bad boy up because these paints haven't been used in a minute. Yeah, but go ahead and they should be good. I mean, you give it a solid shake. It mixes back up pretty easily. We need a relatively fine brush. Let's use this guy. So with minis like this, I like that I don't really need, like, if they're like, oh yeah, get yourself a base brush, and I'm like, meh. Also, you'll see me lick my brush all the time. That's just kind of a thing that I do. Let's see. So yeah, we want to color in this. Let me see. It's going to take some time to get used to again. So you can see there's a little bit of paint there, but so it looks like right here, as well as part of his shoulder here, and maybe something on the back. No, yep. So right there, boop, 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 boop. We need to get all of that purple. And since this color is underneath everything, like I said, a base, we're doing it first. So that way we don't have to worry about overlapping, trying to fill things in later. All right, so this is going to be the fun part, me painting focused while also keeping it in frame, because that's the struggle, really. So it doesn't matter if I'm a little loose with this, because filling in the cracks is more important than going back over this again, with other colors there, because I missed a spot, Oh yeah, so there we go. We're already out of frame. Awesome. We'll get back to it. Here. That's where we need to be. Then I can't see crap. Sweet. I'm a big fan of this song. I like that last one, but not this one. And another thing I found is some minis are just not super fun to paint on stream because of their nature, you know. Also, this looks like kind of bluish. That's interesting to me. Some purples just really do, through cameras, come through blue. And I will never understand why. There's probably some sort of scientific reason for it, but I won't ever get it. Okay. Okay, we're just making sure we get all of that color nice and deep in there. Looks like he actually has. These are two different, you know, vests or straps coming out. Oh no, that's purple. That's purple. He's only got one strap coming across. So right next to it is, that's gonna be brown. Wow. And black is a great base too, because if you do happen to miss something, it's not the end of the world because of the fact that black in and of itself compared to white won't come up looking like so much of a mistake. All right. Once again, I don't really know if you can see everything I'm doing, but I haven't painted in a long time either. So this is kind of a double whammy of sorts, coming back into painting while also coming back into painting while streaming. And I think we're seeing why we don't paint on stream anymore via our numbers. So I think based on what I see, I'm trying to get a better idea because it looks like his arms are also purple. So excuse me, we are also going to do that. His arms purple. I mean, it would make sense. They're the sleeves of the same shirt. So. Oh, that's quite large. Let's, there you go. There we go. And as you see these things, like on the back there, it was looking a little thick, right? Now we have, as it dries, you start to see the details and natural shadows of the lighting, which is really good. Looks like he has like a little pauldron here that I'm not gonna paint right now. Right there on the top of his arm. Kind of hard to make that out. You can just barely see kind of the edge of it. So we're going to end up probably giving that a little bit of a different color. So I don't want to overwhelm it. Autofocus, if I bring it closer. Okay. There we go. Yeah, so I get little dried paint droplets on here on the end of this. You're just gonna see how fine that brush is. This is my finger, and then there's the brush right in front of it. Like, stop looking at my face. Yeah, but you can see these are very fine brushes, honestly. They are. It's a good brush set. I love that they have this like triangular shape to the doohickeys or to the handle of the brush, which ends up, you know, making it a lot easier to hold. Just kind of all around. We're going to check everything. I think all of the areas. Oh, no. His left sleeve is completely black. All right. I just talked about how I needed to do his entire sleeve, and then I was like, oh, everything's fine. It's done. So when I was faster at painting, one thing I would do, I think I even did it on stream a couple times, is I would actually have multiple miniatures that I was working on different steps on at the same time. Now, this was beneficial for a couple reasons, especially because a lot of those times I was working on commissions with a large amount of minis. And so I needed to go. I couldn't just wait for the base coat on one miniature to dry in order to get to, you know, so I basically would take that time where I would normally be waiting for the base coat to dry and worked on the base coat from something else. And sometimes that was, you know, especially when I was more practiced, like I said, that was a way to keep busy and, you know, keep doing things while I was waiting. And sometimes it would be a mini I didn't care as much about. So something that was going to be a simpler paint job, I would just leave it, you know, a little less kempt purposefully, because I was like, man, it's fine. This one doesn't need, you know, as much work. So, all right. So this is where getting in the nitty gritty of these models gets kind of a pain in the butt to do on stream, because I don't want you to miss out on anything, but I also don't want to do a bad job because, oh my gosh, can I paint using the camera? Oh, that's weird. I much prefer my own eyes. Now that would solve the problem for me of needing to be able to, there we go. Okay, we're finding, especially since this is the lowest layer of the model, like I always try to start there and work my way up. There's going to be little pieces that you think you're like, oh, I'm done. I've done all the purple spots. Now I'm going to set this to the side because I have about 10, 11, 12, 13. I have 13 paints over there, 14 including this one, that I think I'll need to get something similar to the picture we've got there. Obviously, that's like a pro quality paint job that, you know, someone spent hours and hours and hours on and got professional photography done for. But that's the base. And then we're going to, so we'll start now, which is actually lower than the purple, which is probably where I should have started, which is skin. So we're going to do his skin, which I think is only the neck up. His hands have gloves on them. So it's just his face that is going to need that, which means we're probably going to end up having to do what I didn't want to do, which is rehash some of the painting we did on, some of the painting we did. Ooh. Wow, okay. Having a rough time here. Can I keep it in there? No, it'll fall out. Okay. Some of the painting we did on the with the purple stuff. So we're doing his face with this is not actually that light. It's just everything around it is. So it looks much lighter. And I'm going to spread it out a little bit. I probably hit a little too much on there. We're going to go underneath as much as possible and pull away from the areas we don't want to paint. Pro tip. Pull the brush, don't push it. So obviously this side of his face doesn't have a lot of detail, partially because I think this sculpt is a little bad. Like I said, I think I may have misread what some of those things on there were. But you can see, like, that's just a flat surface. There's no real compared to the, you know, the picture there. There's a hard angle, at least on the left side of his, or yeah, on the left side of his face. But the right side of his face seems kind of dull, honestly. So we get a little more water on it this time, so hopefully it doesn't go on so quite so thick. And I'm probably just going to go over some of the purple, and then we'll come back in and trim it up. And once again, it's hard to be able to show you what I'm doing, but I'm going all the way back in behind here, and that's going to be something that's going to be almost impossible for you to see. Half the face is basically done. Oh my lord. I do not like that side of the sculpt. We'll see. Honestly, we'll see if I'm crazy here in a second, because God, it's so thick. But also it just feels like the details have been muddled by something. It's very odd. So we're going to paint all of this and see if I'm crazy. Yeah, see, there's like a hole there. Maybe this is a bunk model. Because sometimes if you get forged models of these, because this is a special edition. Like I've gotten a couple of these. They're the collector's ones. I've seen another one. I've gotten 4 of them, and 2 of them have been good. And they look just like the ones that I ordered. They do look just like the pictures. 2 of them have the basic details there, but end up having, you know, minor things like this just look super off. Like his face, like that is... Look at that. He's so, like, you can see, but like compared to this right here, we do not see any of that detail. You can even see, you can't see with my brush, but you can look where his eye is underneath his eyebrow. And like I cut up some of that, but like I did not. I was just barely pulling across the top. I did not do that much damage. And you see how far down the eye patch is on this side. Like, and his eye should be right where that weird hole is. This is terrible, honestly. Now that it's no longer just primed black, but we'll do the best we can with it, and we'll move on from there. But this may be my last painting stream ever. All right. Yeah, we'll make it work. I mean, it'll look okay from the front. This side, we'll make it look okay. But this side is just forever gonna look like the dude's mangled as hell. Look at that. Maybe it's just undead Jarlaxle. I don't know. It's unfortunate, but, you know, you roll with the punches. Okay. So we don't need that gray anymore for now. One thing I like to do is once I get the base coat on, which hopefully we can get to, the base coat all over the whole model, I like to paint and talk. I like to use the same paint because the wash inherently gives it a more, it darkens up the shade. So you can use once you've done the wash, you can use the original color as a mid-tone because it is darker once you put that wash on. I dig this channel. For the most part, it has really good music. Alright, so we got a tip on here, Bruin, that's deciding to curve to one edge. I'm not a big fan of that, but you know, it's something that happens with brushes over time, is they'll tend to, especially if you're not ambidextrous and you can't switch up the way that you paint. In my experience, they'll tend to lean that way also because it may be a little bit because I'm also bad at maintaining my brushes as well as I should. Like, I do maintain them, but I only clean them, you know. I don't clean them as often as I should. We'll just say that. We'll just say that, yeah, I don't clean them as often as I should. I'm gonna keep that aim down because I was losing my voice whenever I was talking while I was painting. Oh, look at that. We actually didn't do too bad on the hat on this side, but you can see that the shirt got some of that gray paint on it. So we're gonna go ahead, clean that up. Oh wow, okay, so there we go. There we go. Okay, so I'm done with skin tone. I am done with our base purple. Man. I think the cloak is greenish, if my eyes serve me correctly. Yeah, that's one of those things where it's like this angle for this photo. Yeah, at least the underside of it is... Okay. The underside of it's green for sure. Maybe I just need to find a better picture. Yeah, even the... Yeah, I think we just need to go with what we feel. I'm probably gonna do it, because he does tend to like lean towards purple in pretty much all, like purple and gold in all of his, like aesthetically, aesthetically. I just wish somebody would post a photo. Okay, yeah, so it looks like somebody did see what I saw and they painted the whole cape that color. Oh, I also got Manchun and painted him up, but once again, so that's 3 of the 5 that I've gotten that have had sculpts that were not awesome. So I wonder if there is a market for reproducing these things and claiming that they're the same thing, but it looks like I can't find anything to prove that, but also I can't find a better version of this photo. So we are going to continue painting it as is. I'm gonna insert a text box real fast. Add a new source. This is going to be jar. And it's going to say Jarlaxle. We're just going to put that here, just underneath him. There we go. Easy peasy. And I think the next step after that is probably going to go be doing like, oh man, it's so hard to tell because of the angle of everything. But it almost looks like his sash is gold coming across here. But what I really want to do now is do that green. So there's some green there, and the cloak is green. And he's got some green highlights on the chest piece. So we are going to go ahead and rock that out. I know that that is vastly undersized, but we will match it up there. So, like I said, we're gonna do. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do this real fast because I also need to make sure that my lead filter is okay. It does not sound like it's okay. I'm shaking this up and it's like nothing. It doesn't, like, it looks like there's separated paint in here. Lead belcher is my favorite silver color. But I've gone through just boatloads. Oh, okay. It's actually good. We're fine. We're going to do his blades. Because, like swords, they are silver. And I think that is the only silver thing on the model. So that's what we're going to go ahead and rock out. All right. Now this goes on a little thick, and I know that. I don't know if anybody can actually see that. It does go on pretty thick, but I also know that I won't have to do another layer because this stuff is the best. I love lead belcher. As far as metallic paints go, in general, I lean towards Citadel. Outside of that, I don't have any preferences. Like, models can be whatever color you want them to be. And most of the paints from either side will accomplish that well enough. It's just a matter of preference and color schemes and palettes and pricing and all that, hubba bubba. But I'm not about that. I don't care. The politics of it don't matter to me that much. And so I am trying my best, especially whenever I use paints, just to use what works best, not what people tell me I should use. One of my favorite colors, in fact, is, and actually I've got it out here because I don't know if I'm going to need it. I didn't want to bring all my paints out here because that's a pain in the butt. Is this guy. Folk art, acrylic color, apple spice, quality, artist quality, right? This is just an acrylic. And you can see here the year it was made, 1988. So this thing is barely younger than me, and the paint is still just absolutely perfect for certain things. So also, that's not what I'm looking for. Let's get a little more water in there. But yeah, see, the beauty of a brush like this on a miniature this size is that I will honestly be able to use it for everything. Mostly because of the fact that the eyes are so screwed up on this thing that I don't really need to worry about a finer brush. We'll see. But my guess is that this is the only brush that I will need throughout this entire process. Man, my hands are gotten a lot shakier. I guess that's what happens when you stop practicing something, Excuse me. I feel like I've struck a decent balance here. Like, most of this can be seen by y'all. And I'm still able to work without having to compromise my, my view of the miniature. Part of it is that I've also got this cord for the camera, which I probably could have taken the time to run out of the back of my computer. But yeah, that's as difficult as that is. Boom. Swords are silver. And then the next step is probably either that teal green color, or we can rock out some gold, or I think I'll probably do the teal green because I have to get underneath this cape. And in doing so, I will color up the pants, where I may have to do touch-ups from other colors that have already been painted. Specifically that purple once again. But there are layers, and that's the most important thing to remember, is that the layers don't define you, but they definitely should guide you. Okay, so I found this color. This one, I've got a base green, but I think this turquoise is actually going to work a lot better. I've got a Vallejo paint. I call it Vallejo. I don't know. Just tell me if I'm wrong. I also had a friend who had that last name. She's a Mexican girl, and so I assume that it's a Spanish last name, and so Vallejo. But we called her Vallejo. So I don't know. It may be kind of like LaCroix and Lacroix. It just is a matter of preference or location or preference. So I'm never gonna be super pissy about it. But yeah. So let's rock out some greens. Yeah. Looks like it looks like this thing and this thing are green, as well as this belt right here that comes across his this sash, which ironically enough, let's see. Looks like the sash is also purple, which we could have painted already. But I did not, so I'm not going to worry about it right now. We've already got this paint out, and since it's not in a pot like the Citadel stuff, it's already drying, so I don't want to waste it. Just means we'll have a few touch-ups. And funny thing is, this color is coming through way differently for you all than it is for me. I don't know if that's a white balance issue or if I have to change my camera settings, but personally, I think this is the perfect color. Yeah, we're gonna have to touch up that purple. All right. Now it looks like this will end up getting oh god, my camera. I will get quiet when I do details like this, where I'm trying not to break continuity lines and stuff like that. So you can see like that, what I was focusing on right there is that line and making sure that I didn't bleed over. And it looks like we did our job. Once again, polling is going to be your best friend. Do not try and force the brush to push. Unless you're doing like what I'm doing right now, where I'm filling in spaces where I'm not worried about paint bleeding into other areas. Now we're going to come in this way, fill this in. I got to get a look at this in the light. Yeah, this is one of those problems, right? I need this like in my face right now, and I can't, All right, well, let's look at the other leg and see what it looks like on this side. So it looks like there is... And also bringing one of these lights down here, because I have two lights that I can move around, but I'm just like, I just want to paint. Which also makes my job painting harder. And yeah, and the stream has a harder time seeing things. But so that dark purple is really, really interestingly contrasted, but it doesn't. The funny thing is, to me, it looks greenish blue. And to you guys, it definitely does not. Let's see if we can turn off the auto white balance. And I mean, that will help a little bit. Wow. Okay. That's so interesting. Because that's more of what I'm seeing right there than what was there. Now, now that being said, it still doesn't quite look green enough, but I did bring out... I brought out another color. It's just a flat green. Oh, I just painted the cord. It's a flat green. Park green. Park green flat. And so that may be something that we lay over the top of this to keep that turquoise feel, but also add more of the green that it looks like there is. Yeah. So, I know. I'm licking my paintbrush. Ew. Okay, no one else uses these. We have other paintbrushes that me and Sarah both use, but generally these ones, I don't think she's ever used them. Also, we haven't been doing a lot of painting in 2020. So that's not a huge deal. All right, so we're getting here. Once again, we're just trying to get that filled in, but we're trying to stay. Oh man, this is hard to do while also being visible. There we go. See that? Trying to edge it, and then we can fill it in. That's kind of how I like to roll with it. Edge it first, and then make our way back in. So we can do that edge, but look at that. Our edging actually ended up going too high, so we're going to end up having to clean that up a little bit. That line's supposed to be definitely supposed to be purple, unfortunately. Not unfortunately, because I don't like purple, but unfortunately because that is not the color that is there now. I don't know, maybe. I mean, it looks like it might. I mean, I might have to trim, like, clean it up a little bit, but honestly, it's not that bad. All right. There we go. Starting to get a better feel. I know that there's a camera pointed straight down, but knowing what's in frame and what's not, and what's, you know, whether or not I have it perfectly in frame is always kind of at question or in question. So I have to use my stream as a guide for whether or not I'm there or not. You know, whether or not I've found the spot, as it were. Now, once again, let's go ahead and start working on the back side of this cape. Maybe not even just the back side. It looks like the front side, or the whole thing might be blue, or that turquoise color. And see, once again, too, we've got, there's supposed to be a scabbard here, but there's just a sliver of it. So I think that this may have been someone scamming me a little bit. I mean, that may be my own fault for not reading reviews or whatever. I was just excited to see it. But, because I can show you Ross in the Sea here in a little while, and he's one that I've done that I'm sure is correct. It absolutely is one of those collector ones, as well as my Acerorack. Both of them are flawless models. Now, once again, there's also the chance that it's just a bad sculpt. But this would be a lot of big problems on this one right here that you know, seem to be pretty glaring. So all right, so we're trying to get up in here without disturbing the purple we've already done in there. So you can see that the purple's all the way up to the butt, and we've done a pretty good job of keeping that line. So I'm not gonna push it at all, actually. I'm just gonna leave it where it is because I like how that turned out. We're gonna go into the crook of the leg, because that's... Now, once we get to the boot, it's not as big of a deal because the boot itself is going to be painted a different color, so I'm okay if there's a little spill. A little spillover is fine with that. Is my chatbot on and connected? It absolutely is. He is! Hi, Mystic! How you doing, buddy? We've decided that this is going to end up being zombie Jarlaxle because something went wrong with the sculpt. That face here. That face is not that face. So his face is wonky. Yeah. Yeah, so it's going to be zombie Jarlaxle. And honestly, that just means I'm going to put less work into the face. And also the fact that it's interesting that this looks so, like, it looks like bright blue, and that purple, before the blue came in, looked blue, you know, but I promise that it's greenish. The color contrast is just being funky with me. Wait, what's that? Oh, yeah. Yeah, and we were talking, there was other pieces of this that the sculpt that are kind of funky. I think it is either just a bad sculpt, which is less likely because it's from the collector's edition series or whatever, than it is that it was more likely somebody, you know, buying the model and then, you know, printing off their own knockoff and then reselling the model in the same packaging. But he got a funky face. He been jacked up. Apparently Jarlaxle pissed off the wrong people. Finally. I mean, I'm sure he has before, but yeah, painting in frame sometimes is very hard, while also being able to get into those bits, because you can still see that. I don't want any white. I don't want to see the base color of this model. Nowhere. Where you going? Nowhere. All right, so let's rotate this and get in here. How you doing, man? How was your night last night after you got off? Oh yeah, you can't see anything. So I've got this issue where I'm running. I need to be able to show you what's happening, but I also need to be able to see what I'm doing. And it's something I had completely forgotten about when I was like, I'll do a painting stream. This is a pain in the butt. but I think it's fun to paint on stream. Just put on some chill music and some chill adventure music and just go to town. Go to town on this guy. All right, let me see. Yeah, see, so we're getting underneath, and once again, I have to hold it down. I'm just fuck it. I just need to be able to see this. I need a more direct light source. And then I'll show you what I've done. How about that? How about them apples? I mean, it defeats the purpose of a painting stream. I know this. But it's not like I'm not doing it in front of everyone, you know. You even turn the music up a little bit. Yeah, honestly, it's that the music has been loud on my end. Like it's really quiet on stream for some reason. Like that's so loud that I can't hear myself think. And I turned it up to 8%. Right? You slept, which is nice. That is good. All right, let me get in here and finish this, and then I can, But Honestly, it's actually not that bad. That's one thing about painting I've always enjoyed is that, like, it's very, like, calming. I don't know. It's always been something I could go to and relax with, even if my life was in chaos. There we go. Okay, so now you can see we've gotten all the way up in there, and it's like hard to see exactly, but I kept the line between, you know, his cloak, and this model just is turning out to be not awesome. Let me see if I have any other models. I don't dislike painting Jarlaxle right now. But let me make sure I don't have any other models we could work on, because honestly, there's a huge difference. I know how that is. Yeah. There's a huge difference between a based model and a based model with a wash. And then there's an even bigger difference between a based model with a wash with midtones and then highlights and then detail work. Fuck it. No. This is Jarlaxle paint stream. Jarlaxle paint stream. Or die. I might die. So I'm going to paint up the cloak now. God, everything close looks so much worse. How did I ever live with myself painting like this all the time? I used to do a lot of painting on stream, and it was fun, but like... But it just like... I don't know, you end up seeing your own work in a very... you see everything in broad strokes. Pun intended. And those broad strokes, when magnified, end up looking... Check Discord DMs. What? What? The heck? Oh, that music just took a big turn, and I kind of dig it. Also, what? Also, tonight is cooking night. We get to cook for the puppy today for the next, week. So I'll end as soon as my wife gets home. She'll be getting home with the beef that we gotta cook up. She actually had to go to the office today. Sad panda. All right. Yeah, that's nuts, bro. What even is that? Oh. Oh my gosh. That is actually a thing. That is what's his face? Mince and Boo? Have you heard of Mince and Boo? Minsk and Boo, I think, is actually what it is. Oh, yeah. That's what... I think Minsk is the man and Boo is that. Another one of those things where I need to get it out of frame just so I can get the angle done. There we go. And now we'll come back to more generic coverage. Oh, it's coming from my AC. I was like, what is that sound? Weird. Boo, yeah. I think Boo's the hamster. I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, you can't see anything. Ha 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 ha. Oh, like, neither can I. Yay. See, from this angle, you can see this, but I can't see that. So I may end up rotating this. Oh, that's probably disconcerting. And then maybe doing a 45-degree rotation if I can. Everything's reversed. That's where it needs to be. And right there. So, but even there, I just can't. I can't get a good angle on the things that I need to see. How did I do this? And I did it for a while too. There was like a good, several months where most of what I did was painting streams. Yeah. From Baldur's Gate, yep. Misk and Boo. Okay.
I just remember he sounded kind of like Brom. Come on, Minsk.
Like it was very, what we'd recognize as kind of like Eastern European, general Eastern European. All right, we're going to get this real fast, and I promise I'll come back. Oh, we gonna have to do some touch-ups with that purple. And I think I may swap my cameras too. Oh my god, I just put my paintbrush in my coffee. I will be right back. Dang it. Write this crap. Luckily, my coffee was almost out, so derp a derp a derp. A little paint to spice up your Americano. You know it, bae. Alright, I gotta get a little more paint out of here, too. I don't know if this is actually gonna be a better angle for him, me painting-wise, because actually, I'm right-handed, so my right arm is gonna be constantly working through that. So, I've got a little bit of this. I still got a decent amount. Oh, I'm so sorry. This is probably superbly discombobulating. But maybe I can do this. Yeah, we'll hold here and paint here. Like this. Like, yeah, I have to, I have it flipped horizontally and vertically. So every time I try to adjust it, it's like, I'm throwing myself off. It's also this way. Okay. And then what is down? That's going to be left. No, right. No, up. No, down. Right there. Oh, that's actually not bad. Okay. That's not terrible. My Americanos are nothing without my paint. All right. A little more paint there. Not a lot, because I don't want to waste anything, especially since it has to go on the palette. So we decided it was... Let me see if my autofocus will actually work. There, it actually kind of is. But my microphone is casting a giant shadow. So, Good Lord. This is fun. Trying to re-get streams entirely worked out so that they're actually watchable. Hello. Autofocus blows. Partially because my background is all mucked up. Nothing? We're not going to look at the thing that's right there? All right, autofocus, you suck. There we go. Right about there. Also, part of said shadow is coming from my hat, which is super fun. I have to turn it around here in a second, but I don't want to take it off for a little while. Because... all right, so the cape is basically done. Which is good. God, this is such a hard model to paint on stream. But we need to do some purple. I honestly am super close to just calling this goddamn in front of us. I know you know. I know you do. But for what it's worth, some things are worth waiting for. Just for what it's worth. Okay. So, effects. Is there effects that I can mess with? You know what? I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna swap out cameras here for a second. We're gonna make this guy super small and this guy super big. And mini cam is gonna become my face cam. And it's just gonna move over away somewhere where it won't be a problem. Ah ha ha ha. Ah ha ha ha. That's kind of fun. Well, this is all very interesting, and I'm sure superbly entertaining to have yourself feel like you're being thrown into a washer and or dryer. So thank you for bearing with me, Mystic. It's not straight, and whatever. We can turn autofocus on for that. And then this guy, which is much more accessible, can just become miniature thing. So let us increase the size of this. I don't know why is the pixelation on it so weird? Oh, hello. Oh, hello, paint. Oh, hello. Yeah, this is all very fun, I'm sure, to watch. Right click and fit to stream. Right click. Transform, fit to screen. Boom. And then I just set it in the middle. That's totally fine. I don't care. At this point, I don't really care. That's all I'm saying. As long as it's visible, viewable. Viewable? Barely knowable. Gross. Alright, tighten this up, tighten that up. We doing good. We doing good. I love it. I'm not happy with how this is right now. So we're going to do that. We're gonna go, no. Turn off our chroma key, because that looks fun. It's fine, baby. Yeah, thanks, bud. I appreciate you. All right, so now this is I like the 920 better than the 922, so we'll see if it's autofocus. Camera not available. We're gonna go Logi capture. Oh, look at that. Let's see if the autofocus is better on this camera. It would appear that it is not. Hello? 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 Autofocus blows. There he is. He looks so weird. Look at how pointy his chin is. He's like a witch. He's like, ma'am. And this one down here needs to be me, the boring part of the stream. Boom. Which should have autofocus on, but it looks like it also is being a butthead. Is the light on my face not good enough? Camera control, focus, auto, please. Boom, done. Now I'm way less yuck. Cool. And actually what we're gonna do is this. Since it's got autofocus on now, we can move this over here. We can put the camera in front of us. I'm actually gonna turn that to airplane mode because I need to worry about no phone calls right now. Yee. Oh, look at how hairy my arms are. Ooh, hairy arms. Hit me. All right, so if I lean forward, which is where I'm gonna live most of the time, I'll be there. And I'll be there. You're gonna see the microphone. I don't care. I really just don't care. It's totally fine. Yeah ha ha. Ha ha ha. But this feels like a much more malleable workspace. Let's go ahead and tighten that up because I'm gonna be painting here. Auto white balance, yes. Oh, I can bring it closer if I want. Oh, no. Huh. That was too close. It was too close. There we go. So that's our range right there. Cool. From dipping my paintbrush in the coffee to finding a solution for my desk looks like a freaking mess now, but if I remember correctly, we were going to work on those sashes being made the same turquoise across his belt. Yeah, here, I'm going to do something real fast. This will help a lot, actually. It's a minor thing. I just actually have to get up. You're fine, buddy. Okay. So now we have a more direct light source closer. So this should be able to pick up the details and all that jazz. Let's see if the autofocus works with the better light source. It does not, but you can still see it better as a result of said light source. And I can paint easier because I can also see it better. So we actually want our focus point to be a little lower. There we go. That's beautiful. So this is where we want to be able to do all of our work. If I can keep living in this kind of space right here. It looks like we've got these guys coming across. But that's Okay, this is the thing now where I have to decide. All right. I think I'm just going to go ahead and get the purple back out. Because underneath where I started doing that work, it does need to be purple. So doing on top, like painting on top of something is pointless if you haven't done what's below it, because you're just going to, unless you're like freaking insane, which some people are. I'm not that good. Then you're going to want to do the underneath, the underside of it first. This is some intense sound on music. Oh, stay in frame. So you can see now that I've got better light, there's areas here, right there, kind of, you can barely see it, honestly, where the blue started to bleed into the purple. So now we can clean that up. Oh, my hat just hit the camera. That's fun. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna pull the paint over here because it's a pain to reach across the light like that every time. Yeah, I mean it's pretty good. I'm not thrilled with it, but I'm not like angry about it. But like all models, I'm not usually thrilled with it before I throw a wash on it. So we shall see what happens. I do need to finish this area. Hi, buddy. Somebody came to lay down over here. I kind of wish he would sleep on the couch more, because then I could just put the frame up in the back, but he's not a big fan of sleeping on the couch very often, but when he does, he does. He still does sometimes. See, I wish he would sleep right here, because he's actually, I'll just lift this up. You can see him right there. He's very close to me right now on the ground, and it's wonderful, but it's also, he just doesn't sleep that close. Otherwise, I would set up like a permanent puppy cam. Excuse me. Yeah, see, so this scabbard right here, you can see is just barely there. It's not supposed, I don't know if it's supposed to be that subtle. Like, it feels way too thin. I don't know. I may be crazy. I may be misreading into it a little bit. Misreading. I may be reading into it a little bit. Looking for a problem that isn't there, that sort of thing, which I do sometimes, but I'm pretty happy with that. I think it looks good. I got something like stuck in my throat. It doesn't feel awesome. All of our turquoise is done. all of our... Oh, wait, is it? Oh, no, there's some up on his shoulder. All right, let me zoom this picture in a little bit. Once again, I can't find a different angle on this, and I don't have the box for this picture. But you can see there's a little bit of purple in here, and it looks like... Oh, it connects underneath his cape. So that's going to be fun. We'll end up having to touch up some things, but not a huge deal, honestly. All right, let's bring this back. Good old Jarlaxle, as Brandon would say. Okay. So that's actually going to be like this stuff here. Some of these coverings, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like Jarlaxle doesn't have plain old leather straps. He's got, you know, bougie turquoise straps and stuff. Yeah, so I'm just letting paint sit here, and part of the problem with that whole reset of the camera, this song is way too intense. Excuse me. Roll to hit 2. The balance of power. Let me see. What is this? Can I just see what's playing? Balance of power, light side theme. Interesting. All right. So we're gonna be painting this right here. I don't think the strap itself, I think technically this is supposed to be purple. Oh, no. Okay, so this is the... I'll say that is one downside to priming black. Is some of those details you kind of lose in there. Like this part over the top actually needs to be purple. Wow, I keep leaning over and for some reason that does not feel good. Okay. I'm starting to feel better about my ability to paint again. Like, it took us a little while to warm back up, but because you can't really see, but that's a pretty fine line that we just went across, and it, you know, no bleed over, which is really nice. Looks like the shoulder pads are also green, so we're just gonna paint those now. And get that out of the way. I don't know, I keep saying, it's green, it's green, it's green, it's turquoise. It is a very blue-green. Which is fine, and that's one thing I've learned to not worry about too much with these things. You can color match as much as you want, but the model in the end, you know, as long as it hits an aesthetic, people are going to recognize that aesthetic for what it is. People aren't going to look at this guy and be like, oh, that looks way more blue than I imagined. It's not Jarlaxle. And if they do, you can punch them for me. Excuse me. Yeah, we're gonna have to do some touch-ups in here, I think, unless this is just all blue. And I'll look how it connects to the cape here in a second, and then we will decide whether that is a step that needs to be taken. Alright, so... Nope, that is definitely... I mean, it's a pad. So, I mean... I'm just gonna paint it blue. Fuck it. I like it. I like the idea that he accessorizes with colored armor. He's stylish AF, you know? And if it ends up being too much, then I can always come back in with like a tan or like a leather brown and clean it up and, you know, simplify things, which in all irony is not actually simplifying things. It actually complicates it, but that's okay. Simple things are beautiful. Complicated things are beautiful. It's all a matter of perspective. There we go. Look at that. So these weird holes in the model right there and there are similar to the ones that are on his face. And that is what makes me question the validity of the model, because that's some stuff that shouldn't show up on a, you know... Alright, I have to pull away here for a second. But yeah, that shouldn't show up on a collector's edition model that's supposed to be, you know, known for its detail. That is counterintuitive and doesn't make the least bit of sense. Come on. Don't do this to me. It's curving on me. But once again, that's partially my own fault. For not cleaning the brush more often. Okay, there we go. So it looks like we have found a happy balance with all of the... Now it looks like there should technically be a strap that runs under here, but this arm, like this arm right here, would not attach. That's why that terrible gap is there. Once again, another sign that this model is just maybe not so legitimate. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep painting it and have fun painting it. It's already been, what, an hour and a half? Yeah. I'm gonna keep painting till the wife gets home. She usually leaves work at about 5:30 if she goes in. If she leaves right at 5, I'll be very surprised. She had a lot of stuff to do. And then we're gonna paint until she gets home. So hopefully we can get this to a point where we're basing it. So what we're gonna do now is I'm going to do... Now, it may seem counterintuitive. It's already painted, it's already primed black, right? But he's got some black boots. So I'm going to paint it black. I'm going to paint his boots black. Probably wasn't enough of a shake, but we'll see. If the paint is super watery, then I am... Yes. But generally, these Citadel paints stay pretty well mixed, unless they're left for... Let me see. Oh, no, that is super watery. Part of that was that I had too much water on the brush, not necessarily that it was too watery. All right, and you can see that there's some fun details. Oh, the top of his boots are purple, so we missed that. But see, even just this right here, you can see already that the black paint is darker than the prime. So we're going to go ahead and give that wonderful coloring. And it's not going to be as glossy once it dries, but maybe I want him to have glossy boots. So maybe when we get to that point where we're finishing up the model, we can actually paint a glossy finish on the boots to show that he got some shiny boots. You know? That's one of those fun details that you as the painter get to decide. Does he have shiny boots? Honestly, I think so. And like getting this to dry where it was standing on the box. Oh my god. Because the connection points were those. This arm, right? The head, and then the boot connected to the box. So it was an actual pain. Because I like, my hand like started cramping holding this thing on the thing. Or on the base. Alright. I think we're in frame, yeah, but it's not, the light's not amazing, so maybe we fix that for next time. Alright. And I'm even coloring I'm even painting black the spurs and stuff, as they are going to be painted silver, and I want to give them more of a base. I don't think anything else is black, per se. Let's look at... Excuse me, holy cow. Looks like his gloves. Yeah, let's just make the gloves black. I like that. Hi, buddy. Good boy you are. Okay. So we just got them boots. We got them boots painted. Now we're gonna do these gloves, which I'm pretty sure... Oh. So it looks like this hand actually may not be gloved. This hand may actually be skin. If you can look, you can see that the cuff comes up. Either it's black, or either it's gloved or it's not, and this looks like it may not be gloved. Yeah, we'll give it a cool little black glove. I don't really want to get the gray out again, and that's more... Now, this is another one of those things where I ask for your forgiveness. I have to... get out of camera to get that weird angle. But now we're back. From outer space! Alright. You're welcome! Also, one thing that would be worth doing, and I'm not doing it right now as I saw myself do it, is painting the hilt of the dagger, whatever color you want it to be, and then doing the gloves, because you can do that. You can do that detail around it, but I did not. And I'm already doing the black color, so there's no reason to swap mid. I know that camera's shaking a lot, and thank you for bearing with me. Man. Alright. Alright, be careful. Don't want to knock over entire pots of paint, which I have absolutely done before. Yeah, it's still pretty watery, honestly. It's fine. It leaves kind of a fun edge there. We'll come back in and clean it up. We'll clean it up later. For now, this is that's fine. But those are the only things. Actually, he has an eye patch. So I'm gonna shake this up a little more. He got an eye patch. All right. Excuse me. I probably could be hitting the cough button on my, or the mute button, but It's not happening frequently enough for me to be like, oh, I should mute that. Ugh. All right. He got an eye patch, so let's do said eye patch. Now, this may be... Oh. Yeah, this paint may be SOL. We'll see. Oh, it is super watery. Not awesome. I could throw some paint thinner in there and mess with it, but it's gonna take some time, honestly. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a different black. So, honestly, that might be the end of that one. Which is super, super sucky. One thing we could do to do some fun stuff now, let's go ahead and do... he's got, like... I like the idea that he's got gold, and he's got goldenrod, and he's got these... I love his color scheme. But the base is a lot of fun. So we're gonna paint that real quick. And to paint what is inside of that bag, which to me looks like coin, I'm going to use a color called Retributor Armor. Retributor Armor. I can hold it straight up and you can see it. Another metallic. Probably drink some water too. And this color is one of my favorite colors, like, out there, just in general. Oh, part of it is that I'm used to dealing with paints not wanting to go on. Like, it's not that I want to layer them, it's that I have to layer them, you know? And if I can get a paint where I can put water on my brush and put it on one time, and it's there the way I want it to be, I'm a happy man. I'm a pretty easy guy to please when it comes to paint. And it looks like we've got some money hanging out in these bags, so we're just gonna paint some gold in there. Now, there's a couple other golds that are more... that are lighter, I guess is the phrase. Now, once again, we're not too worried about the other stuff. I'm not worried about getting paint on the outside of this, so I just kind of smothered it in there to make sure that all the gold, those things that look like gold pieces on the inside, got painted. And now I guess we can do the hilt of his rapier. I guess it's not rapier, it's like a saber more than that. And that's not amazing, but part of the problem is that, like I said, there's a flat piece there between his hand and the there's plastic between his hand and the handguard, which should not be the case. That's not something that should exist on this model. And if it does, it's bad design. And these models, when they're really good, have genuinely impressed me with how fun they are. They're great models with awesome detail. So I just really, really, really doubt that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy and I'm overthinking it. I don't know. All right. So I'm just painting it all the way up. We'll just throw on a wash in there and let it be heavy on the sword. And that'll create the illusion of shadow inside on the sword. Yeah. I think that's the move. All right, so we've got, yeah, once again, you're going to see why I love this color. Especially if we get to a point where we are putting in washes. Because it reacts so well with a wash. I don't know if you can actually see this. This is one of those points, like I said, where I may just have to pull it off camera and do it that way. Ooh! There we go. Now I'm getting the parts that you can't see when you can't see me getting those parts. Also, my dog is running in his sleep, so I have to film it. Of course, when you start filming, they stop doing it. I got him for a second. I got him running in his sleep for just a second. It was so noticeable that I saw it out of the corner of my eyes while I was focused on the miniature, so he's cute. He has an Instagram account. And it's fastly approaching having more people than mine. Though he posts on his Instagram every day. I definitely don't. All right. Okay. I mean, I think it's pretty good. There's no real bleed. Did a little bit more we need to carry underneath here. Nothing that got over onto the glove, which is good. I think the handle of his little dagger here too should also be gold. See, this is where I'm gonna regret not having done this first. See that? I already got some gold on his thumb. So I'm gonna have to... go back in with the black and fix that. Yeah, I'm not super worried about it, honestly. But I will fix it because I'm not like a perfectionist when it comes to these things, but I do want it to look good. You know, if a paint's not supposed to be there, then I gotta remove it. But I don't think... There may be some other highlights we use this for later. But I don't think that there is anything in the immediate that we need to fix. Or, you know, add to. I'm going to shake this up a little bit again. Now this is the black. What is going on? Man. It's like I got something stuck in my throat. Oh. Okay. Right. Yeah, this black isn't going to do it anymore. I don't think. Nope. Alright, I'm going to go get another black. I'll be right back. I'm not going to trash this, but I'm not using it anymore. I may take some paint thinner to it eventually. Be right back. Yeah, I don't know what it is. This thing is killing me. Hopefully not literally. Hopefully it's not like COVID or something. But, you know, we'll see. Keep an eye on that cough. What is a Jarlaxle? Is it a new... Drink something. I did. I've been coughing all stream. I don't know what it is. I've also been drinking plenty all stream. Jarlaxle is a character from Dungeons and Dragons. Hi, Dito, by the way. Hello, buddy. All right. Yeah, so the picture you can see is of him up there. We're doing our own. More milk. We don't keep milk in the house because I am lactose intolerant as well as my wife. So it would probably help, but it would also hurt. So yeah, we just did all of that, and actually I need to trim up this. How are you doing, by the way, buddy? How's your day treating you? This sounds very seafaring. which is actually quite appropriate for Jarlaxle because he spent a lot of time on the ocean. And actually, I just saw the pommel. Lactose-free milk, like I do. If a comet hit my house right now, I wouldn't be mad about it. I mean, it's not exactly a comfortable way to go. I would say if I passed out and fell asleep and just didn't wake up, I'd be okay with that. That's a... Ooh, hello. Just knocked over one of my bottles. Fun. But I guess we all have different ways that we'd like to go, right? Alright, so technically this is part of the knife down here. It's the pommel. There we go. But that means that there's a little bit of it showing on this side that needs a little more highlighting. Right there. All right. That's okay. We're doing good. Are you nibbling your fingernails? I mean, I do chew my fingernails, yeah. Why do you ask? I mean, I know that. You shouldn't dream about dying. I'll make a deal. You do your best not to do that, and I will do my best not to chew my nails. Wait, so you're saying it's more healthy to dream about dying every day, which I don't think insinuates that you want to die, but it's more healthy to dream about the ways that you could die than it is to chew your fingernails. I guess that's a question. Are you saying that's more healthy? Because I might have some opinions on that. Looks like I need to go get a... Actually, I need to use this purple again because the top of his boot covers are purple. And then I'm going to go get a yellowish color to do some highlights on his clothes. Because it doesn't hurt my body. It hurts your mind, though. Also, chewing nails doesn't inherently hurt your body. Unless you also believe that clipping them with, like, clippers is hurting your body, then I understand why you think that. So it looks like this little patch here is purple, and then the top of his boots, the rest of the top of his boots is yellow. Man, this guy is bougie. Same thing on this side. There's a patch, like a square patch, basically. And that's gonna be fun to paint. And I do mean that, but I am also being sarcastic because I'm not exactly looking forward to it. Oh, this is hard to get to. There we go. It is. It is a very dark purple. It's kind of hard to see, even though I have a pretty bright light on us right now. But I am gonna, I mean, it's just a base, so. It's not the finished product. It's gonna be a base. We'll do, you know, simple detail work. We'll throw a wash on it. We'll do mid-tones, highlights, and then I'll seal it. So this isn't probably all gonna happen on one stream. Rome wasn't built in a day. Painting. Oh, I gotta do some squats. Okay. I like how my dog doesn't question it. We squat. I know I reacted to that late, so I apologize for that. I was not in frame at Alright, just get a little bit more, because like I said, there's not much left there to paint. And since I can't just, like with the Citadel ones, they have the, this is where you put the paint. So you just kind of shake it and then lift it up and then it sits in there. So you don't tend to wait. You don't end up, usually you don't end up wasting paint. There is definitely times when that mechanism doesn't work fully as intended and you end up getting paint all over the place. But usually you can make it work. So. Alright. So. Almost there. Alright. Alright. So. And now we are going to use a another color for the bag. And I think this actually may end up being my brown, light brown, you know, and this is technically going to be like the highlighter mid-tone. This will be like the mid-tone or like a highlighter, just like a slightly different. I may not put an extra color on the box because I like letting the washes do some of that work for me. And as you can see, that's going to fill in some of those cracks. But we are going to use another brown as a base for this thing. And then I'm going to put a lighter one over it on most of it. And this one's actually going to be pretty watery. It's going to feel super dark right now. To this metallic paint being so thick is that it makes going over it with other paints at times tedious. But as you can see, we were able to get that. Let me see if I can... Is that focused? I mean, it's mostly focused. It's just really close. This is like scary music. This dog blows my mind every day. I'm just kidding. I love it. So this little lining right here, boop, I think, yep, is yellow. Now, the downside of doing this over a dark primer is that and dark colors is that it's going to take a few layers to get it fully where we want it. But even that, like right there, that simple little, detail starts to give life to the model a little bit more. But I despise the dude's face. Yeah, you can see in the picture how it's supposed to look, and this sculpt did not pan out like, no. Every once in a while, I put my hand in, like, if you hold it with 3 points of contact, that is going to... Alright, so I'm just trying to make sure now we're getting in behind the boot. And coming back down and creating that square on this side. And that little, the V on the front, which is interesting to me as a choice for the model color, but, I didn't design this, so I'm just going to paint it. I mean, honestly, I still dig the model very much, but there's just some aesthetic choices that I probably would have... Ooh, careful. Oh, that's fun. So it's doing this fun thing too, where there's like one string that's a little longer than the rest of them, where when I'm painting, it dries real quick and then becomes like kind of not even just a little bit a big problem, because right. So little bits of paint will dry on that end and become like basically impossible to move around, which is, it's like, oh, a single dried droplet of, paint. we go. We can get a little further up in here. There we go. And then if we're looking at this, it looks like the big one going across. Hey, no sir. No. What are you doing? What are you chewing on? Chew on one of your toys, Goober. Here. This is the chew. Alright, give me 1 second. Dog is chewing on his toy crate, but not any of the chew toys in the toy crate, which is... Hi, Nolan. Yeah, it's Jarlaxle. But I'll show you what we're making him. He's gonna be zombie. I'll show you in a second. Puppy is chewing on things. And actually, I don't know if you've actually seen him outside of a picture. So let me grab something for him. He's been chewing on the box instead of chewing on things in it. But, come here. Let's say hi to Nolan. Let's say hi to Nolan. Ugh! This is Phoenix. I think I probably showed you to you last time, but he's grown. He a big boy. Good boy. Here you go. Yeah, that tastes like wood, huh? Yeah. So we got him a wood, it's like chemical-free. God, his tail's so long. Chemical-free, like, piece of wood to chew on when we first got him. Aw, I know, right? He's a goofball. He's an actual derp-a-derp, too. Super sweet. We just started recently having him sleep in the bed. Because he don't shed. Well, not very much. All animals shed. All mammals shed. Even if minutely. But yeah, no. Okay, so look at this face. All right. See if I can... Look at that. Look at that face. The sculpt is super bad. So he's gonna be... Let me see if I can get closer and change the... Alright, let's get it right there. Yeah, it's so not awesome. I didn't realize how bad it was until I put the light paint on it. But you can see, like, he's like... It's barely recognizable. So I'm still painting him up, but... It's not like I did... Like, this side's okay. Like, you can see his nose, and he's like, ah, you know, but, like, you go over here, and the freaking... You know, eye patch breaks up and he's got cuts on his nose. I don't know. It makes me wonder, because even the scabbard here that you can see is super thin. Yeah, there's a lot of work that needs to be done. You like the face? I think the face is yuck. Look at this. He look all deformed. So we're gonna make him Zombie Laxle. Zombie Jarlaxle. It's... I mean, the bag down here to me looks like the best part of the thing. Unfortunately. So we're just... It's my first painting stream in a while, so... We're gonna do, I think that's where, yeah, you'll be able to see when I'm holding it. It's fine from that angle. So, like, from this angle, it'll look great. From this angle, it'll be like, what the frick is wrong with his face? You know, so we're gonna pretend like this is the only angle people will see this model from. And then, call it good. So now, since we're doing all these yellow highlights, we're gonna have to come back in and clean it up later. Because I have done very little painting over quarantine. But I think you know that, Nolan.
I don't know how much you've been doing, but I think I've painted maybe one model or part of a single model since like in all of 2020. Unfortunately, it was just something I like stopped doing as much. I don't know. It stopped being, you know, you do something when it's fun, when it's a release, it's a reprieve. And I think I just needed a break from it, you know. So coming back to it's kind of nice. It's just tough to do it on stream where I have to like control all of these things. I can't just sit down and paint something. So we'll see if this is the preferred medium, but also, Nolan, I don't know how particular you guys are being about all this stuff, but if you would like to meet Phoenix, that's totally fine. We can, He's really digging this stuff. He's also teething, so he's losing more than teething. He's losing big teeth right now. But if you'd like to meet him, I think he would love that. He's really good friends with Petey. They're best buds. They play, I don't say every couple days they have a nice little play session, which is good because once he hits puberty, we can't really take him to the dog park anymore without fixing him. And I'm gonna avoid fixing him for as long as possible. All right, this thing is being a butt. Go in that. Ugh. You can't see it very well. But it's just underneath stuff. Man, this is... I am very, very, very out of practice. And a model with muddled lines is probably not the best place to kind of get my feet back under me. I might look in my box and see if I have anybody else who's like, sweet. All right, man, have fun. Oh yeah, you're streaming D&D, right? I'll raid you guys. Are you on Twitch? I'll text you. Pretty sure you left. Oh god. Please stop. What the frick? This is a personal stream. Ah. Ha, just one game of TFT. Okay. What are you guys playing, like, Phasmophobia or something? Either way, I don't want to keep you, but yeah, let me know if you'd like to meet the guy. It'd be good to see you again. We can catch up a little bit. You can meet the puppers. Yeah, I'll definitely raid you. If it's on your channel, I will go ahead and raid you after we're done here. Oh, that's right. You guys did move to the weekends. Okay. Chella was telling me that. Okay. Yeah, I'll show you guys a raid. For anybody in the channel who doesn't already know Nolan, he's very, very fun personality. And no matter what they're playing, I'm sure you'll enjoy it. So we'll go visit them after this. We'll do this for a little longer. Honestly, I'm feeling the end of this stream coming up pretty soon. His face is so messed up. Look at his poor face. Ugh. Zombie Jarlaxle it is. He's like, nah. Like he... Star Citizen Le Bing Bong Banditos taking down a stolen capital ship? What? Is that a game? Or is it like a TTRPG? Message me in text message. You don't have to hang out in the stream anymore. I don't want to keep you from what you're doing there, because it sounds like it's gonna be a lot of fun. All right. Yeah, this brush is becoming an issue now. My dog has found a taste for tree wood, and we got this toy for him like on day 1. So the fact that he's digging into it now makes me very happy. Because he liked it for a second and then just like stopped caring about it. Oh man, my lines are so off. They're so off. Hey, hey. What are you doing? You okay? You gonna lay down? You done? All right. That's pretty clear sign from him that he is ready for the restroom. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it there. We did a decent amount of work on zombie Jarlaxle. We may or may not come back to him, but at very least I got to brush up a little bit on my my painting skills. And I think maybe once a week we'll do something like this where I'll, you know, do it. Before it was like a thing where I was like forcing myself to do it faster. Now, I don't know. We'll see what we're going to do. I've got a bunch. Ooh, no, sir. No, no, no. No, no, no. No, hey, you be nice. Don't show my stuff. So that is exactly part of the reason why we're stopping now. He's getting restless. So I'm going to see if Tenolans has begun streaming yet. Let's see if that guy's streaming. All right, is that muted? Mute it, please. Ugh. Okay. All right, so yeah, professional ding dong. That's funny, Nolan. Nolan is offline right now. But we are going to... I'm going to go to stream ending soon. And as soon as they go live... yeah, so it looks like they're playing a game, whatever that game is, Star Citizen. So I think it could be a lot of fun to go and hang out with those ding-dongs over there. Ding-dong, bing-bong. Ding-dong is a... I'm not playing a game of TFT also, Dato. I am done. I've got to give this guy... Hey, I said no. What are you doing? That's it for me. I will see you all later. Hey, no. Stop it. Stop doing that. Goofball. So be kind. Wear a mask. I'm going to take care of my puppy. Because he's getting super bored. He needs some attention. But yeah. I will talk to y'all later. Thank you for being here for my first painting stream in a while. And maybe there will be more of these. We'll see. It was fun either way. But yeah, so hopefully we'll come back to more of this stuff. But I'm going to go to ending soon. And soon here, just stick around. Just leave it on mute in the background. And we're going to join... to Nolan's playing Star Citizen as soon as they go live. So, just go ahead and, stick around. And we will see you very soon. Hopefully, being tomorrow. Hey, what are you doing? You chewing on more of my stuff? He likes to chew on my books. It's great. But anyway, we'll see you later. You're all amazing. I love you. Tell someone you love them. Be a light in this dark world. Be kind, wear a mask, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye, friends.